Okay, guys, we are going to go through the answers for pages 867 and 868. I'm going to go through a couple of the problems with you, and then I'm just going to give you the answers. So I need you to check your answers and see where you went wrong and how you can fix it, okay? So if we look at the first one, number 1, it says a toy store, is that the right? Yeah, a toy store sold $67 worth of stuffed animals. They sold 12 stuffed animals. A large stuffed animal is 6 and a small stuffed animal is 5. How many of each size do they sell? Okay, I'm just going to say, if they sold 12, I'm going to try 6 and 6. So I'm just going to start with 6 and 6. Okay, 6 large ones would be 6 times 6 would be what? 6 times 6, 6th grade classes played soccer against each other. The score was 3-6. And then I'm going to say 6 times 5, a small one. So I say 6 times 5 is 30. And then I have to add this up together, right? So that would be 6 and that would be 6. Oh, goodness. Look it. They sold $67. So I have to figure out, how can I get one more dollar? How can I get one more dollar? Well, if I did 7, what if I tried that? What if I just said, well, instead of 7 or 6, let's say I did 7 times 6. What's 7 times 6? 42, right? 6 times 7 is 42, right? Yeah, because the 6th grade class, Mrs. Week was teaching the 6th grade class, and there was 42 students. I had to double check that for a second. Okay, now do I want to keep this at 30? Because if I did 30 plus 42, what would that be? So say I was going to keep 5. What's 30 plus 42? That would be 2. That would be 72. That's too much. So maybe I could take this one down. Maybe I could say, well, instead of having 5, maybe I could do 4. How would that look? So, or instead of having 6, maybe I could do 5. So what if I did 5 times 5? Well, 5 times 5 is 25. So what if I added that together? 5 plus 2 is 7, and 4 plus 2 is 6. Is that 67? Yeah, $67. So you could have 7 large stuffed animals and 5 small stuffed animals. Now you can see that as I was doing that, I tried to keep this one the same and said, how would that be? Nope, that's going to be too much, so maybe if I did one fewer. So sometimes you kind of have to adjust as you go and figure out how you want that to look so that the numbers are going to be what you're looking for right there in the answer. Okay? So let's see what they got. They got 7 large and 5 small. All right, let's look at the next one. Okay, I'll just try one more problem. We'll go through it together, and then I'm going to just try and see if we can get the answers, okay? Ed has some hexagon. What is a hexagon? A 6-sided figure, a 6-sided polygon, and some square pattern blocks. There are 24 sides altogether. So let's circle that. There are 24 sides. And these are 6 sides, and those are 4 sides, okay? And he has 5 blocks. All right, let's just start with a guess. Let's say I have 3 hexagons. And if I have 3, and I'd have to have 2 more. And let's say I have 2 squares. Okay, how many sides would that be? Well, 6 times 3 is 18, and 4 times 2 is 8. And if I add that up, what's 8 plus 8? 16. And that's 26. Okay, so I need 2 fewer sides. Well, I'm going to have fewer blocks. Okay, so what if we just switch those? That's my guess. I'm going to say, what if I just switch those? And I said, I have 2 times 6, and I have 3 times 4. So instead of having the 3 of those, I'm going to say I have 2 hexagons. And instead of saying I have 2 squares, I'm going to say I have 3. I'm just going to switch those and see what that looks like, because I know I have to have 5 altogether, right? Okay, so 6 times 2 is 12, and 3 times 4 is 12, and 12 plus 12 is how much? 24. Awesome, then I have 24 sides altogether. All right, now that again was just a guess. That might not have worked out, and I might have had to do 4 of one and then 1 of another, right? Because 4 plus 1 or 1 plus 4 would also equal 5. And that really is just guessing and checking as you go. So let's look at what they have. Did they say you're going to have 2 hexagons and 3 squares? Just what we figured out, okay? All right, let's look at number 3. I want to see the answers that you have and see if you got 15 red, 10 green, and 5 yellow. I kind of feel like we should maybe go through this one really quick. Okay, I have 30 apples in a basket. Half of them are red. So half of 30 are 15. 15 are red, right? And then I have 15 left. There are 5 more green apples than yellow apples. Okay, so if I have 15 apples left, right, because 30, I already took out the 15 that are red. I have 15 apples left. It says 5 more green apples than yellow apples. So if I have 10 of those are green, and then 5 of those, the other 5 left over, are yellow, then I would have 5 more that are green than yellow. 5 more are green than yellow. Does that make sense? Hopefully you guys kind of went through a couple different problems or a couple different strategies to figure that one out, a couple guess and checks. All right, number 4. Ooh, she's got 8 coins. She's got quarters and nickels and dimes. Okay, quarters are 25 cents. Oh goodness, I'm going to erase that. Not a good 5. Okay, quarters are 25 cents. Dimes are 10 cents. And nickels are 5 cents. Oh goodness, you guys, I can't draw very well. Okay, she has a total of $1. And how many coins does she have? 8 coins. All right, well, if I had 4 quarters, 4 quarters would be $1, right? 4 quarters equals $1. And that would be just 4 coins. But I need 8 coins. So I'm just going to guess. I'm going to say, okay, what if I start out with 2 quarters and then I have to have 8 more coins? Okay, so 2 quarters would be 50 cents, right? Well, I need 50 more cents and I need to use 6 more coins because here I've used 2 coins. So I need 6 more coins. Well, let's say I did 3 dimes and 3 nickels. Okay? Then that would be 3, 6, 7, 8. That would be 8 coins altogether. Okay, this would be 30 cents. And 3 times 5 would be 15 cents. Let's see what I would have. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, I'm really close. 95 cents. And I have to get to $1, which is 100 cents, right? So what if I said, let's say I have 4 dimes and 2 nickels. Would that still be 8? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I'm just going to erase this. And we're just going to try it again and see how it works. Oh, I need a bigger eraser. Eraser, eraser, eraser. You could just write it again in another spot. I'm just trying to do it this way to look. Okay, 4 times 10 would be 40. And 2 times 5 would be 10. Is that going to work? 5 plus 4 is 9 plus 1 is 100 cents, which equals $1. Okay? So that means you had 2 quarters, 4 dimes, 2 nickels. Does that make sense? Let's see what they got. 2 quarters, 4 dimes, 2 nickels. Really good. All right. I'm just going to go through and look at these answers and you guys can check. If you're really confused about how to do it, I can happily do another video going through all the answers, but I want to see if you can see how you did it. Okay. It says for lunch, Nadia bought 2 different items. She spent exactly 70 cents. So what did she have to buy? She had to get an apple for 25 cents and a granola bar for 45 cents. Because those are only 2 things that would add up exactly to 70. And you probably had to add up some different things together to figure that out. But just 1 apple and 1 granola bar would equal 70 cents. Okay, number 6. Kira is thinking of 2 numbers. The difference is 12 and their sum is 22. Oh goodness, this one is super hard. Okay, so 2 numbers. So let's just start with maybe 9 and, let's say I have 9 and 15. Okay. If I added 9 plus 15, well, 15 plus 10 would be 25, and one less than that would be 24. Okay, so let's find something first where their sum is actually 22. Does that equal 22? No. So let's take 2 less. Let's say 9 plus 2 less than 15 would be 13. Okay, and 13 plus 10 would be 23, so one less than that's going to be 22. Okay, we have two numbers that add up to 22. But now we have to say if I subtract those two numbers, it has to equal 12. Well, what is 13 minus 9? 13 minus 9 is 4. Oh, so that isn't even close at all. Oh, I just had some people walk in the door. Hello. Okay, so what else could it possibly be? What are two numbers that we could subtract? It looks like we're going to have these be a little bit further apart. So let's say we did, let's do one more then. Let's say 14, and let's do one more and then one less, and 8. Is 8 plus 14 22? It is. What is 14 minus 8? 14 minus 8 is 6. Okay, that's getting bigger, right? That's getting bigger, but their difference isn't 12 yet. Okay, so let's try another one. Let's try 7 plus 15. That's going to equal 22. And what is 15 minus 7? Well, that's going to be 8. So it's getting a little bit bigger. So we still need to get out quite a few. This is only going up by 2. So let's jump a couple. Let's say if we did 17, which is 2 more, and let's do 2 less, and 5. Is 5 plus 17 22? It is. And then what is 17 minus 5? Well, 7 minus 5 is 2, and 1 minus 0 is 1. Does that work? Does that equal 12? Their difference is 12. And their sum is 22. Really good. That one was a little bit tricky, guys. We really had to go through. Look at all those that we had to go through. That was a lot. Okay, so it's going to be 5 and 17. That one is a little bit tricky. That one's kind of tricky, but you might see those more often, so you want to be able to figure that out. All right. Tiara ran 4 blocks to her friend's house. Then she ran twice as far to the grocery store. How many blocks did she run in all? Okay, let's try that. She ran 4 blocks to the grocery store. Then she ran twice as far, or 4 blocks to her friend's house. Then twice as far to the grocery store. So she did 4, and then she did 4 again, right? To get to, here is a big G for the grocery store. Here's an F for her friend's house. So how many blocks did she run all together? What's 4 times 3? 12. Did you guys get 12 blocks there? Yeah, because you have to add those two together because she ran to her friend's house and then twice as far to the grocery store as she did to her friend's house. Good. Okay, Brady is planning a party. He sends 3 invitations to 3 friends from his soccer team, 5 friends from school, and 9 neighbors. 7 friends tell him they can't come. All right, we should be able to figure this one out. Okay, let's try it. 3 to his soccer team, 5 to his friends from school, 9 neighbors. So how many invitations did he send out all together? Well, 9 plus 8 is 17. So he sent out all of them together, but 7 friends said that they can't come. So 17 minus 7. Oh, let's get rid of that. I was going ahead of myself. 17 minus 7 is going to be 10. Do you think it's 10 friends that can come to the party? Yeah, good. All right, let's look at this next one. Melissa sees 16 wheels on a total of 6 motorcycles and cars. Ooh, okay. So we have motorcycles have 2 wheels, right? And cars have 4 wheels. Okay, so these are the 2 kind of vehicles we could have. Now she has 6 total. So let's just say we have 4 motorcycles. And let's just say we have 2 cars. Okay? 4 times 2 would be 8. And 2 times 4 would be 8. Oh, what's 8 plus 8? You guys, that was one time where we just guessed the first time and we got it right. So if we had 4 motorcycles and 2 cars, we would have 16 wheels altogether. That one was kind of a lucky guess. 4 motorcycles and 2 cars. Now, if you're not quite sure if something makes sense, you can go back, just rewind this video and watch that problem again and see if you can figure it out the second time if it makes a little bit more sense, okay? All right, a picnic table has a length of 6 feet. So we're going to draw a picture. Here's our picnic table. It's 6 feet wide, or 6 feet long and 4 feet wide. If 3 tables are pushed together, what is the combined area of the tables? Well, how do we find this area? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, what is 6 times 4? That's 24. Now, if I have 3 of these tables all pushed together, I would have 24 plus another 24 plus another 24, because they would all be added up together, right? Because they would be like, those are bad picnic tables, but 6 times 4 and 6 times 4. They're all pushed together. It would be those added together. So what's 4 times 3 is 12. You got to carry that group of 10. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. So do you think it's going to be 72 square feet? See if we did that right. 72 square feet. Good job. All right. Baishan left home for his friend's house at 6:15. He arrived at the house an hour and 35 minutes later. What time did he arrive? So, 6:15. Oh, happened. 6:15. Okay, I'm going to do my Zoom. I'm going to say 6:15 plus 1 hour is going to be 7:15. And then I need to have 35 minutes past 7:15. Well, you know what actually I'm going to do to make it a little bit easier? I'm going to do 30 minutes here and then 5 minutes here. Because I know that if I'm at 7:15 and I go a half an hour, I'm going to be at 7:45, right? Because that just goes like halfway around the clock. And then I just need 5 more minutes, which is going to be 7:50 for our ending time, right? Here's our starting time. So when you Zoom, you can break it out so that it's easy to tell. An hour would be 7:15, 30 minutes would be 7:45, and then 5 more minutes would be 7:50. Good. They wrote that out in words, which we're supposed to do, but that's okay. All right, Jerome, number 12. Jerome bought 2 folders, and he received $1.45 in change in quarters and dimes. Oh, good. Another fun one with quarters and dimes. So he got 7 coins back, and those 7 coins have to equal $1.45. How many of each coin did he get? So does it say, oh, quarters and dimes, okay? So we can have 25 cents and 10 cents. And we have to have 7 of them all together. Let's just think real quick. If we had 4 quarters, that would be $1, right? And we have to have 7 coins. So what if we had 3 dimes? That would be 30. So that would be $1.30, right? 130 pennies would be $1.30. Okay, so that's not going to work. We are going to have more money than that. So maybe we need to have 5 quarters? What if we did that? What if we did 5 quarters? 5 times 25. That's going to equal 125 or $1.25. Now, I've only got 2 left, so I don't know if that's going to work. 2 times 10, that would be 20. So 125 pennies plus 20 pennies, or 20 cents technically, that would be 5, 4, and then the dollar sign goes right there, the little decimal sign to say that's $1.45. Does that work? And is that 7 coins? 5, 6, 7. It is. It is. Amazing. Let's see. 5 quarters and 2 dimes. That was when we just had to double check it. Okay. All right, guys, I'm glad that you corrected your pages. If you have any questions, you can email me. You can leave comments. I never have anyone leave comments. So, oh, and you know what else? If you waited all the way to the very end of this, our first week when we were, I told you guys if you had your name on the board for people that had gotten work done, that I would do whatever you want. And Allison said that she wanted me to cluck like a chicken. But I didn't see that email until just recently. And so, for Allison, I'm going to cluck like a chicken. all for Allison. There you go.